very aggressive Friday. That was how we finished off at the fixed income market. Total transactions was quite rapid. Friday, I beg your pardon, the treasury bills more than 150 billion naira, and at the FGN papers bond market, just clearly about 30 billion. So today is the first trading day coming back from the holiday. Let's see how things are pacing up with Ayodeji Oyeniyi. He's a fixed income trader at Rand Merchant Bank here in Lagos. Ayodeji, good afternoon. It's good to see you.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good to hear you. Hope you had a nice holiday.
Yes, I did.
Thank you. That's good to know. So what's the sentiment today after a very aggressive Friday before the Christmas? Do you think, are things tapering off a little bit? Are you dealers taking a bit of a breather after the holiday, counting down the final trading days of 2016?
We're actually expecting it to be a quiet day, but it turned out to be, somewhat active. So we saw a decent level of activity in the market today. Coming from last week, the money market rate was around 5%, but we saw that spike to 20% late last week and early this week, and that was on the back of the debit for the 1 billion FX sold by the central bank, and that has also triggered, an uptick in the treasury bill yields as well. So we have the T-bill with discount rates quoting around 13 to 18.5% at the moment, and the bond yields around 15.50 to 16.20 in terms of yield. On the day, it's relatively flat, so we've seen some buying earlier in the day, but also sold up later. So it's, relatively stable around the 16-20% on the 20-year region and 15.60 around the 3-year region. So just a balance of trade at the end of the day, but a decent level of activity overall.
So what are investors looking for? Are they looking for backing at this point? Are they looking for yield? Are they looking are they looking to balance their books, as it were, or are they just happy that, well, it's been a very good year, we can still make a few money off the table before the door closes?
I think it's more of balancing the books for the year, and you don't want to be aggressive at year end, especially given the fact that nothing has really changed compared to what we've seen earlier. So people would just look to reposition for early next year. Just hoping for some changes that would trigger some activity in the market. So more of balancing on the day.
Okay, balancing on the day. Thanks for balancing the market there for us as far as the fixed income side of the street is concerned. Thank you, Ayodeji, from Rand Merchant Bank. Let's cross to the other side of the street. That's where the equities are. The Nigerian stock market started today a bit in the green. That's what we heard about 10:45 in the morning. Now it's about the same time in the afternoon, a couple of hours down the day. So we're counting down to the final 45 minutes of trading on the Nigerian bourse. Let's get what's driving today's equities for the first trading of the week. Charles Fakruga joins me now from downtown Lagos. Charles from TFS Securities. Good afternoon. Okay, let's get your views as far as the stock market is concerned. It looks like a very nice day to start the week. Looks like the bullish sentiment will return this week, going down about 1% for last week before Christmas. Perhaps everyone was in a hurry to go for Christmas, but then that the Christmas is over, another long holiday for the new year. Give us an idea of where we are today?
Okay, thank you very much, Bosen. From what we are seeing in the market today is a little bit surprising, because we expected a lot of investors to be selling that, but we are seeing them taking position. And the market is... Hello?
Yes, very clear. We can hear you.
Okay, and the market is likely going to close in the positive. But we must also recall that some of the equities, like Stanbic, did a corporate action, and I can see a lot of investors trying to take position so that they can benefit from that corporate action. At the same time, of course, the price of crude international oil market is impacting on the oil and gas sector. And as we speak, the oil and gas sector is the highest at now. It has done over 2%. The likes of Total has gained over 9%, Mobile, and of course, Owando. So we're likely going to see the market closing positive at the end of today. However, that's not to say that we're going to have year-to-date positive. because I think it is only going to improve a little bit. So investors are trying to balance their books. Investors are trying to take position so that last minute position, so they will not be left out from any corporate action these companies have declared.
Charles Fakruga, thank you very much for being very optimistic, upbeat the marketplace, stock exchange updates for Nigeria's equity space. Let's finish off from Nigeria's cotton sector, where folks here are trying to get things back on track with the government looking inward to get Nigeria become or revitalize the textile sector. This is one report about what is going on with cotton business in the country and the auxiliary business of textile making.
Farmers harvesting cotton buds. This appears to be a good harvest, unlike before when harvests remained poor following their inability to access improved yields, attacked by diseases and non-mechanization of farming techniques. Figures from the National Bureau of Statistics and the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development show that 18 states produce cotton on a total land area of 399.8 hectares in the country. The survey disclosed that Zamfara State cultivated the largest land area with 92.6 hectares, followed by Katsina State with 75.9 hectares. The least cultivated land areas were Ekiti State at 0.07 hectares and Ondo State at 0.1 hectares. For Solomon Esu, his father's cotton production has dropped over the years owing to some challenges.
My father has to continue because we wanted it to be like inheritance. We don't want, because when we were small, that was what he was using in terms of our school and other things. So we as a children, that is why we are encouraging him to continue with the growing of this cotton. But it's just that they are not longer bringing out good yield for now.
The only way out of this, according to experts, is for a total overhaul of the cotton sector. This, according to them, will provide jobs and the needed income for farmers, as well as contribute to the economic development of the nation.
Well, thank you for watching, everyone. That cotton story. Let's cut it there and say goodbye for today. I will see you tomorrow at the same time. Do have a great day.